So in first place, we have guaranteed Antoine with a sub 11 average. And then after that, we have a lot of question marks. On our sheet right now, we have Hugo Spitz from France with an 1163, Juliette Sebastien with an 1183, and then some questions about Michał Żywuski, Ariane Begek, and Karol Zakrewski.
Okay. Can the audience
Zakrzewski.
If you are standing up, can you please sit down somewhere? There are a lot of seats still available.
Juliette got an
Everyone
11.83.
Everyone will be able to see. So if you are standing up, please sit down.
We are moving on. Antoine got sub 11 and won the round, guaranteed. For blindfolded, we're going to go down the rows once people get here. But right now, you can see in the top right, we've got Gianfranco Huanqi. And right behind him, we have Antoine Canton.
And we only need to keep track of like 6 people.
Affectionately known as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Juliette, for one-handed, got an 1183, and Hugo got 1163.
Yeah, people. Oh, I guess you want to wait until they sit.
Did you announce the cheering thing?
No, I haven't yet. Can all of the audience please sit down? Use the seats that are available. There are lots of seats. Please sit down.
So competitors are starting to fill into their stations.
Just say "Sasantate."
Just say it in like 4 different languages. Siéntate.
Siéntate. Todos los espectadores, por favor, siéntate. No, hell no. Get a Spanish person to do it.
Alberto's already on the case.
All right, good. Tommy, they do need to pop a squat. Favorites for blind? Well, in the first round, Antoine did get world record average, and so he's pretty consistent and has good, overall results. But we have Arthur, Adam, Berta, Jegers, and Gianfranco rounding at the top 5. But the one thing about blind is that there is much more variety than other solves, just because there's such a high possibility of DNFing.
Okay, listen closely. Listen very, very closely. For blindfolded, it is a high concentration event. So silence in the venue. Silencio, por favor. If you want to cheer for somebody, do this. Everyone, do this. This is cheering for somebody. You can see everyone's doing it. This is how you cheer for somebody in silence.
So we just shushed the crowd a little bit. The one problem with blind, and one thing that was implemented last year, is that screaming for blindfolded disturbs everyone, and it just jitters you. So to sort of compensate for this, we have people shake their hands. Ooh. We have people shake their hands and do some jazz hands. You may be able to see a little bit on stream if people raise their hands up for really good solves. But we try to position the cameras as well as possible so that you may be able to see a little bit, but at the same time, you're going to be fine. To announce the winners for 3x3 one-handed, for the Europeans, in third place we have Juliette Sebastien with 1183. For second place we have Karol Zakrewski with an 1170. And in first place, we have Hugo Spitz with an 1163 average. He's the European champion. However, in first place for the competition, we have Antoine Canton with an 1143.
So the solves have started
his
now.
9 was a +2 at the very
So
start.
Gianfranco is currently executing his first solve.
Yeah.
And that's a DNF for Gianfranco, which is a 24 DNF.
Really common in this. So just to go across the row, on the far left we have Antoine. Right next to him we have, do you know who that is?
I think that's Adam Barta. Oh no, Adam Barta's behind
Adam
him.
Barta's in the back.
So we have Antoine Cantin, we have Jegers Giroha,
Yep.
Then we have
Fabio.
Fabio Schwant. And then we have an empty seat.
Which was
Which
Gianfranco
was
Juanqui,
Gianfranco.
and people
No.
need to go get him and bring him back.
Yeah. We then have Adrian Debski.
Yeah. And then
And
in
then
the back row, starting
yeah.
from the left, we have Adam Barta.
Then Arto Garza.
After that,
We have Berta Garcia Para.
and rounding it out, we have I don't know who that is.
That's so cute. Hugo was in front of the support stack.
Why are they not sitting
It was so cute.
Interesting. Competitors are currently leaving the stage.
Yeah, I think they don't want the competitors to be watching each other, and it's
Right.
really hard to keep the competitors from watching each other. You have plenty of time to like get a good look at the scramble
Yes.
doing blindfolded, so they're probably sending everyone back to the waiting area to just be silent and not have any conversation or see any other solves.
And so our seating order will never be the same.
That was Adam Barter. So far we have Adam Barter with a 28, but we're not sure if it's a DNF. Artagasa got a 27.19, and then where was the 27? So Zhegos got a 27.99.
Right now we've got Chris Morris and Gianfranco just about to start. And Berta as well.
So we have Adam Barter in the back left again, and Chris Morris is just psyching himself up, as is Gianfranco. Berta Garcia Para, and Fabio in the back row as well.
Berta is off. Memoing. She has 8-second memo. 8-second memo.
Yeah, she has the.
That's a pretty solid result. And if she can keep this, it's going to be probably in the low 20s. Not quite sure what the view is.
I'm not
but
sure if it's a
Gianfranco
success,
is
but
going
25.4.
right now. Gianfranco with a 19 DNF. 19 DNF.
Fabio gets a 28.15 DNF.
Chris Morris with a sub 30 at 29.
Yes, it was.
Yes, Gianfranco DNF.
Yeah.
So Antoine is memoing right now.
So
He's got slightly slower memo than other blind solvers, but his execution is very, very good. So you see he's got a 9-second memo,
That's
but
Alexander
you know,
Ivanchuk.
unfortunately there is some caster's curse right here, and he does end up messing things up just a little bit. He has no idea what he memorized. Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that happens in blind, you know. Just one
32
little
for
slip up and-
Grzegorz.
One little slip up, and everything's just gone from your memo.
And Arto has forgotten his memo, unfortunately, so he's having a pause there.
Yeah. So not a very successful blind round so far.
No, the best solve we have so far is a 25.4 from Bertha, but it might have been a DNF. I couldn't quite see.
Right, we were unsure of
It
that.
looked solved from our angle, but yeah. DNF for Artagasa. And Adrian Debski also gets a second DNF.
Chris Morris has a 29. You know, he's not really a favorite to win this, but right now after 2 solves, it's one of the best results we've got so
Yeah,
far.
he's in the top 5 at the moment.
Gianfranco's on his last solve, and so
And Gianfranco doesn't have a success yet.
right.
And we've got Adam Barter underway at the back.
Yeah.
And
Gotta
Fabio
keep
has
it.
forgotten his memo at the back, I think. But he's got
Adam
it now.
with a 7.5-second memo. This might be good. Oh, he's got a couple of pauses right there in between executing outs, which is never a good sign for the back half of the solve. And
And it's a DNF for Adam
DNF
Barter.
25. Chris Morris in the back executing at 23. Looks like he's got a good DNF for him. Gianfranco with the 7.9 memo.
What's
And Antoine's going right now.
27.95 for Chris Morris, which is a
DNF.
success.
It's DNF.
Chris's is the DNF.
Gianfranco has forgotten his memo completely, and at this point, at 20 seconds, might not be able to remember it. Antoine Canton, 10-second memo, but he turns incredibly quickly. You can see he has no stopping in between any of his
Berta with a 29.74 success.
Oh, and
29.74.
I jinxed him. Adam does use a GTS one last time I checked.
Seems like Jegos has forgotten his memo on this solve as well.
Gianfranco is determined to get this. And Berta right now doesn't be one of the favorites.
Sebastiano Toronto is over there. So is Roman.
Did anybody see if that 24 13 was a DNF?
Gianfranco has triple DNF and will not podium at this competition. Fabio right now, compared to Sol.
13, I don't know if it's a DNF.
We did see a judge hugging Berta, and so it does look like her 25 is the best solve right now. And is not, in fact, DNF.
Arthur is memoing for his last attempt right now.
9-second memo. Maybe 8.9.
I don't think this was Arthur.
Move!
Can you just... Arthur Gassin with a 24.53, so that takes the lead.
Yep, that puts him in first place, and with very few results left, that might cinch it for him. Fantastic final
The
result.
French contingent are doing extremely well at this competition.
Yeah.
With Hugo winning OH, and it looks like Arthur is going to have won 3 blind now as well.
Wow, with the last solve too.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And with the last solve of 3 blind having finished, Arthur is European champion by the looks of it. Fantastic result for him. After 3 blind, we're going to be doing 5x5. I'll do the jazz hands to spare you guys the close-up clapping. So we're going to be going into the final stretch of events. We've got 5x5, 4x4, and 2x2. After that, we're going to be doing some 4-person microphone and commentating for the 3x3 final.